Hello everybody and welcome to another exciting list video. I'm going to say right now, list video formats are going to be changing a bit. Where sometimes it'll be the old style where we each bring a list, but sometimes it's just going to be kind of like an open discussion, and we're going to kind of like hit on points as we get through the list. And that's one right here. So we have just a bunch of cards that we're going to be revisiting our thoughts on. I asked the patrons, what are cards that you think that we previously overrated or underrated and can be deserve us, talking about them? So we have a few here. We're just going to go through the cards and give our thoughts on them and if we think we are overrating or underrating these cards. So the first one we got here is Close the Circle. This is a 1 experience, 2 cost ritual synergy. It has 1 charge for its uses for each class among cards you control, including this one. And as a lightning bolt, you can spend a charge and exhaust, close the circle, take a basic action. For each skill test performed in that action, you may use your brain instead of your skill indicated for that action. So, what do we think?
Do we overrate or underrate this?
They think that we underrate it.
No, I think I accurately rate this card.
Yeah.
Sure, it's pretty good. You can play cards off of it with a lightning bolt speed, but you still have to play a bunch of other stuff, and it kind of does a decent job of limiting what you can do.
Yeah, and I mean, everyone's this gives you actions, and it does, but it gives you also 1 less action than you seem that you get out of it because you have to actually play it. So even then, when you have 3 charges on it. You really are only getting actually feasibly 2 charges. So you need 4 synergy to make this worthwhile. And that's where I think I'm rating it pretty fine, where I in a high synergy deck where your thing is to be synergy, that where it shines the most, I think. But I'm not going to play this because I want to play actual things in my spell slots.
Yeah. Is activate a basic action?
No.
Yeah, okay.
And I know people say that you can get a resource or draw a card from this, but that's not that.
If I wanted that, I'd play Poop to Gold.
Yeah, or Forbidden Knowledge.
Yeah.
It does that too.
Yeah.
Mostly.
What do you think, Bryn? On Close the Circle.
It's an alright payoff for synergy pile, but
Yeah.
I think synergy piles are also mostly bad. So.
Yes.
Yeah, because you also got to
there are opinions that there's nothing wrong with
it. After performing the self-audit, we have come to the conclusion that there was no wrongdoing.
Yeah.
No, I think it's fine. It's just that you have to bend your deck so far out of shape, and what do you get?
Yeah.
It's not even half a Leo.
Yeah, and
it's a quarter of a Leo at best.
Yeah, and after playing this with Patrice in a deck that I had all 5 synergies out, I still wouldn't play it because 2 of my synergies came from Brand of Cthulhu and Divination. So there's just better things you can do in that slot, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot of your options if you're playing Mystic.
Yeah. All right. So what our next one is. This one's Glory. It's a 1-cost event where you just fast after defeating an enemy, draw 2 cards. And they said that we underrated this card at first, and I actually looked back, and I agreed with that. We actually, I think underrated it.
We did initially, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this card is just perception. You're right.
Yeah.
No card draw, though.
Yeah. Yeah, shame about this card's lacking the card draw.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm playing it in Charlie Kane right now.
Yeah, that's sick.
So, or maybe in the future for you. I don't know how YouTube time works here, so.
Yeah, we went so long without good Guardian card draw, we didn't,
respect it.
No, we didn't realize a Guardian having card draw mattered.
That's fair, that's fair.
I mean, because, sometimes it doesn't, right? Sometimes you show up and you're like, I played my 5-costed asset and my 4-costed asset, and we're going.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do.
Yeah. And you get to the end of the game and you're I have 7 cards in my hand.
Yeah.
I'll commit for punch symbols, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
I put this one here just so we can say we were wrong. So
for one of them, yeah.
For one of them, yeah.
No, we were wrong.
Yeah.
That's how you can tell we're an objective audit.
All right. This one I'm curious to talk about because this one's Ceremonial Sickle. And the action, it's just that you get a fight and you get to place Doom on it, and you get +1 skill value, deal +1 damage to the attack, and this attack defeats an enemy, remove 1 Doom from it. And they thought we overrated this card. But you know what?
I was pretty sure that our rating for this card was it doesn't suck.
Yeah, that's
kind of neat.
Yeah.
Because it uses a slot that Mystic doesn't normally use. And I did,
those are also true.
Is there something else to say about this card?
I think this comes from something where I said where I was I think the card's good. But that good had an asterisk as well where it's as long as it's not your only way to kill enemies, right? Because
the level 4 one's probably pretty competent at that.
Yeah, and I also think the cards are just they're fine and they're doing the thing, but you have to when you're playing Ceremonial Sickle, you need to like also have a plan beyond it too, right? Like the explosive ward, or like, you know, other kill spells like a freaking spectral razor. And then this can, like, you can also use this to not spend your charges on things that you don't want to spend charges on, right?
Honestly, this card is better than I thought it was, as I realized today that you can still use the attack with it, use the bomb ability if it's exhausted.
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't do that until today.
The conversation also in this was also about divination rod, or the divining rod,
Yeah.
which I think is also still just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. I think anytime, like, I think it's better than, like, if you're looking for a way, like, if you're looking for Ceremonial Sickle versus Wither, play the Sickle, like, as your way to just consistently kill small enemies, right?
Yep.
Well, I mean, one of them ever can do something. The other one's a Wither, so...
Yeah. Yeah, so, I think this one we also were, like...
But you can also dump 4 XP into both of them.
You can.
So-
And one of them still only does something.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think this card is, like, yeah, it's good, asterisk.
Yeah, because I looked at what I gave it for my rating for the thing, and I gave it a 3 out of 5, which I still think is...
That's
Yeah.
totally fair.
Yeah. All right, Inquiring Mind. This is a 3 wild skill. Commit only to a test if there's a clue at your location, and they said that we underrate this card.
No, this
What?
card's ass.
What?
Yeah. I think it's because, like, in all of our videos, I say I would like to see this gone after scenario 1 or 2. And you know
Yeah,
what?
probably.
I also stand by I'd like to see this gone after scenario
Yeah, like
1 or
I'd
2.
like to see it gone by scenario 1 or 2, but if it makes it scenario 5 or 6, I'm not gonna be upset about it.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, 3 wild is real hard to make that bad. But, personally, I find that I always have these when there are no more clues left to play the game with, and I'm like, sweet, dead cards.
That is the tough part about this card, is the better you are at your job, the worse that it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like, yeah, I think, like, the card's not bad, and I think what they might hear when we say this. And when I say most of these things come from Harrison, who's right now getting put on blast. but I mean, like, also, like, I think it is fair, like, if we...
One person by name.
In they knew. They even said that. I feel like I'm gonna get roasted for this. But no, I mean, I actually like I can see that if you look at like what we say at face value, where it's like cut the card immediately, we're underrating it. But I think that it's still fine. But if I'm Promise of Power, I'm gonna do this more because I can put it on anything, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I imagine this card is also better now than it used to be with the fleshing out of the put your clues down archetype.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
like a little bit more
Because
consistent.
it means that you have much more control over whether you can use it or not. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I guess there's that to think about.
Yeah, because I think we all think the card's good. But maybe not.
It's like okay, I guess.
I don't trust Bryn's evaluations of yellow cards.
Well,
That is fair. They are suspect.
Or green cards, for that matter.
All right, let's keep it going with Unearth the Ancients 2.
They say we underrate this one, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So this one's...
That's entirely possible.
So this one is a basic investigate, and you always get the clue now. Choose up to 2 seeker assets in your hand. The difficulty of skill test is equal to the combined cost of the chosen assets. If you succeed, put the chosen assets into play one at a time. For each relic asset put into play by this ability, draw a card.
Yeah, it's a hell of a glow up.
I think so. I mean, like, I think that there is that idea of, like, the distaste from Unearth the Ancient 0 being so bad, because this is just basically, it's like an opposite Burning the Midnight Oil, right? I think the card's good. I don't like my economy requiring other cards. Yeah. And, like...
I don't think this card's bad, but I don't really ever see myself paying 2 experience for it.
Yeah, like
That's tough.
The issue I have with it is that which 2 relic assets am I supposed to be picking here?
Or even like any assets,
Because
really.
Yeah.
Because if they're high enough to
tough.
be putting into play, like, you gotta have a good book score, which means you probably have boost
Dr.
booking assets.
Dr. Milan already in play.
Sorry, Brian, I cut you off there.
That's okay. I just don't think that there are 2, like, they're going to cost at least 6.
You just
Probably,
put-
like, it's going to be tough to pass now.
You just put your Prophesy Profana and your
Other broken yellow
Gothic
card, yeah.
manuscripts into play with it and just pass the book 9 test.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got the Noctic manuscripts in play already, you can just not draw the token.
Oh yeah, and then there's only book 4 test because you have the Gothic manuscripts in play already.
Yeah, then you got to put something else into play. So
Yeah.
no,
I don't think it's bad. It's just to me, it's like counterintuitive for what I view as my like. If I look at it less as like money economy, but more like action economy, that might make it better. But even then, if it's like most cheap things I'm playing in my secret decks are magnifying glasses, and they're already in play and fast.
Maybe I try playing this card with the egg.
Oh yeah,
just a good symbol.
And see if like it commits for double book, but also like I can use it to increase the difficulty of the test by 1 to put the egg into play without spending an action.
Yeah.
And if I understand timing windows, which I clearly do not, I believe you can put the egg into play with this and then put this under the egg because the egg will be in play before it's finished being played and thus going to be discarded.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Maybe.
I could be lying. Who knows?
I think this one... I think this one, though, is another one like Glory where I think...
Like, I'm going to do it until the internet tells me I can't. And by the internet, I don't mean you guys. I mean, like, Arkham DB.
Yeah, the official
FAQs.
internet.
Tell me.
I do think that this one, though, is like Glory. I think this one is likely we're probably underrating it a little bit, but I think
I think you guys are overrating it.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, let's keep it going with Eureka. This is a brain, a book, and a foot, and if the test is successful, the performing test search the top 3 cards for a card and draws it, shuffle their deck. So this one is overrated, and I'm pretty sure they were just talking about me, because I play this card like anytime I can run it.
This card's really good.
Yeah,
Like, it's not a bad card. It's very, very... any of you who have ever played Magic the Gathering will understand that it is very, very difficult for a card to be bad if it says draw a card on it. It has to have a huge opportunity cost to playing it.
Yeah.
And this has almost none. And it does just say draw a card.
It's not just draw cards, draw one you get to pick.
Yeah.
A little better than draw a card, actually.
And it's like not just you, it's a different investigator.
Yeah, it's Performing Investigator. And like that's why I like this card so much, because it's always like the best of my top 3 cards, right? And I'm also passing the test because it's helping me do that. I do run it like into scenario 8, which might be like a bit far, right? I can see that being true.
Well, it depends like what your deck's doing and stuff like that. It does get you closer to your high experience cards, which makes them more valuable.
I played Eureka today, and I was like, man, that's great.
Good card.
I think it was in like it was no. So actually, I think like no lie, it's in both my Daryl deck and the Silas deck. So maybe I do overrate it a bit too much.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a punch icon.
It doesn't have a punch on.
He's using his foot a lot. You got run away from grizzly bears sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Ace of Swords. This is like the stat tarots. Where they just give you a stat. Specifically that we underrate them, and I think it's just because we don't play them much, and I think that's just because they're kind of just
We
there.
used to play them a lot. They're just boring.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think at this point now they're just not exciting, and I think they're still good.
Yeah. Like I played one last time.
Yeah.
In the Edge of the Earth that may or may not have come out yet.
Some of it has, yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's a little bit tough because like who really wants them? The plus foot one is like fine. The red one's garbage. We're not going to talk about it.
No, we're talking about just the stat one.
No,
Yeah.
the red one, the only time the red one's any good is if you're playing Calvin, and even then it's like,
Meh.
man, I really hope I don't have to discard an asset.
Yeah. Like the purple one is good for purple investigators. It's a little bit hard to find brain boost for stuff like that, but a lot of the purple cards come with brain boosts like baked into them.
Yeah, because
And then fighters like the punch, and then for high paying experience and tarot cards and like potentially 3 resources for +1 book is a secret I can get for 1.
It's a magnifying glass problem, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, also a Dr. Milan problem.
Yeah. And I mean, like, that's the kind of thing, too, where, like...
You can have, like, 8 and just show up and be like...
Because, it's always good to, like, get it, but for me, even, like, the idea of not seeing it in my tarot card, like, 3 in an action for +1 to a stat that you're using all the time is a good rate.
Yeah.
But, like, I want, like, +1 to my stat and then also to gain a resource whenever I do the thing that I'm doing, or be 1 cost and fast, right?
Yeah. No, they're definitely good. They're just, like, more narrow than I think they first appear.
Yeah.
My trouble with tarot cards is that I have a very hard time putting them in my deck and then not being like, what if I bought Anna Caslow? What about that?
Yeah.
It's
Like, you're just, like, suddenly you're like, I'm a tarot deck,
suddenly,
baby.
before you know what's happened, your deck costs, like, fucking 20 experience and it doesn't even do anything.
What can you do? I can commit 2 tarot cards,
Like,
passive
well.
base, investigate.
Let's go. We need the moon pendant for that.
You see, I get to start the game with this Ace of Swords. There's 4 cups in play. That's pretty cool.
All right. I feel personally attacked. Sweeping kick. 1 cost, 1 experience. Fight, kill a monster, or evade it. If you don't kill it. You just gotta add your foot value and deals +1 damage. I mean, I play this card a lot. I do, but I think it's like just.
I think this card's great.
It's just like pure efficiency.
For
real.
what?
Like, it's like Stunning Blow, but the attack does more damage.
Yeah.
And you get more than +1, probably.
I feel like this one kind of just came in where it's like, I play it like anytime. I played it in Leo. Like, because.
I was just about to say that's pretty close to the only place where I think it's probably not good.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, like when you have like already these stat boosts,
Yeah,
it's just
I guess,
yeah,
right? Like Leo's playing the 4-punch game, so he's already got to find a way to get better.
Yeah. But yeah, I can see that. I'll accept that. Maybe in the Leo, but that was also my Leo deck where like I had like tree hands, so I had to like also
Take care
pick
of
other
it,
things. Yeah. But
Yeah, I don't know. I just think this card's hype because you play it Nathaniel Cho, and they're like, we're gonna box, and you sweep the leg, Johnny, and they're like, that's against the law, and you're like, it doesn't matter. I'm beating the snot out of you.
I do love that the spirit, the spirit to me flavorfully doesn't make sense, but they're like, we gotta give this to Nathaniel Show. We gotta get some kickboxing in here.
No, I do like this card. I think this card's quite solid. Anytime you add 2 numbers together, it's kind of hard to fail the test.
Yeah. And then also like where just the free evade.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And it's also
do
so
like stunning
cheap.
blow.
Even evades elite enemies.
Yep.
Because you have to pass the test,
Yeah. Yeah.
even though some of them don't care.
Yeah, because like
There's no consistency to that.
because like if you have 2 foot, this basically is also just giving you unexpected courage, right? Yeah.
Unexpected courage is all the way down.
And all the way down. So yeah, I agree. And Leo was probably a bit much, but I think otherwise, I'm also pretty confident on my audit for this one. It's good. We're good.
It's good.
Yeah.
All right, the last one for the list. This is Tabooed Mandy Thompson. They think
So they
We
think
all
we
overrate her.
overrate this. Eh?
yeah.
You tried playing with it?
I only play with 50 card Mandy.
Yeah, Travis is all apart from the one time where he played the 100 card Mandy, which still killed it.
It was still really good, yeah.
Yeah.
That was really funny though.
It was good. The 2 deductions.
It's a shame we didn't get to do that in paper.
Yeah.
Just that stack would have been hilarious.
Yeah. We still could. The deck's still out
yeah.
there. Yeah.
No, it's gone.
Yeah, okay. Oh, dang. So this is one that I said in the tier list rating for her. What I think Mandy is so good is because she is taking something that you want to already be doing and making it better, right? Finding cards in your deck is huge. And then like suddenly your practice makes perfect, which we all know Travis thinks is a great card. I think it's a great card. Bryn probably hates it, but also thinks it's a
I was
great
the first
card.
one of us to play with that
Yeah.
card.
Really? Yeah. I don't remember that. That's revisionist history. It was like Travis, the thing it was spoiled, said this is going to be the new...
No, that didn't happen. We thought it was like not great. Or
What
I was
Bryn-
like, okay, I came when Bryn played it in something, and then I played it in everything.
Yeah, I was playing it in
Wow, I forgot
Rex
that
Murphy
completely.
deck, I think.
Yeah,
That's
in
incredible.
It
Team
was,
Leaders.
yeah, it was like the last time I played a yellow character voluntarily.
Yeah, I
Wild.
think that was the time I played like Zoe with the Hungering Blade. It was that playthrough.
Wow. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Well, I will I'll remove my previous point.
No, it turns out that it doesn't matter what you have to pay for it. More deductions is
Yeah, it's good.
Pretty good, yeah.
But like on this note, like all these cards that are already good, and like they suddenly become like you get basically 2 copies of the card for 1, right? And that's like hard to beat.
it is tough to beat.
Yeah. Like, and even then, like she has like, because a lot of people also say that Daisy Walker they think is stronger than Mandy, and like I think that's like I wouldn't necessarily disagree. But for me, Mandy is still, I think, S tier because her stat line's also bonkers, right? She gets 1 fist and 3 foot as opposed to Daisy's 2 fist and 2 foot, which might not matter, but sometimes it does, right?
Yeah. Like I mean, though the 5, like the only way this stat line could be better is if it was a 5/4
Yeah.
with like a 2 and a 1, or 2 5s.
Yeah.
But don't do that.
That please don't do that, please.
Yeah.
Three,
like-
6, 0, 3.
So Travis, I just because this one's something that people always say, and they always say like, has Travis played it at 50 cards. And I just want to get your perspective on this because you're like...
I only play at 50 cards.
Yeah. So then,
like that one time you played 30, I thought.
No, that was me. That was me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like the first time I played her, admittedly, that was like before anything was taboo. It was just a 50-card pile of garbage. There was like how many untranslated cards kind of stuffed in my deck with shrewd analysis, and it was still like invalidating to the other two people playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the 100-card one for a while. I played another campaign, I think, with a 50-card Mandy deck that was just Mandy. It was good.
Because, like, 50 cards is just like, it makes you less consistent, sure, but all your cards that find cards are still finding good cards because you're putting good cards in your deck.
Yeah, I mean, even if you need to find a specific piece of your deck for it to function, that's cool. You just look at 3 more cards with all your cards that look at cards.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then also as your deck gets bigger, you also get more research stuff too, right? You get your 2 more copies of the thing that just can get clues or commit for a wild, maybe. I don't even know the card.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just I think that Mandy is still very strong. I also still think personally she's. I mean, I think Rex is still my strongest seeker just because I like deductions.
Nuts, so.
You know.
Like Brent said, like you pay pretty much anything for more deductions.
Yeah. And it's just printed on his chest, baby.
Yeah. In this case, what you're paying is that you got a 4 instead of a 5.
Oh no.
Like, that's how things used to be.
Yeah.
Unless you were Daisy.
But what we can say is that we agree on glory, and everything else.
You guys are wrong.
But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. As I said, this is kind of like a new style of format for the list videos. So if you like it, let us know in the comments. And if you have any other cards that you think we overrate or underrate, let us know because we'll revisit this. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.